Welcome back. Again, my name is Megan Paulsine, and I run followmadebymegan.com, and on Facebook I am at followmadebymegan, and this is instructions tutorial for how to complete the Caron tea cakes collared cowl. So I just finished edging, which was in the video posted right above this. So at this point I'm going to fasten off. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave my tail. It's not that long. This is as much yarn as we had left over after making this cowled triangle. And if you're lucky enough to hit a tea cake that has a continuing color at the end instead of changing right before and so coming back with a contrasting color, it really doesn't matter which way you fold, but you will notice that if I were to fold my cowl over this way, you see that it gets a little interesting because you can see where the backs of my stitches are. So I'm actually going to make sure that I flip this way. So when I fold my cowl over, and I typically, for the collar, I'm so sorry, I'm going here. For the collar, I go anywhere from like 2-3-ish rows, and I've gone as far as 4-5-ish rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like there's the middle of my 5th. I've done them both ways. I think it kind of just depends on how long you want it, how big you want your collar to be. So if you really don't care, I would suggest sticking closer to like the 2.5. So like on your 3rd, however you chose to do it though, that's up to you. So after you have your cowl folded down, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it, and you're going to bring your two ends together, and you'll notice that they are going to kind of fit together like so. And at this point I would suggest that you try it on yourself by just holding these together to decide where exactly you want it. If you want it to be a smaller opening, you might have to deal with hair, but it's really cute to do it off center to have it asymmetrical, or you can wear it just like you would the ones that aren't so loose around the neck. If it gets too loose, it gets a little droopy funny just because of the stitch itself. So I wouldn't suggest making it really wide. I would overlap a little bit, but no matter how you're going to do it, you would need to get, I kind of just tuck. That's my way of doing it, by the way, of knowing where I want it. You'll need to get your tapestry needle and get that thing threaded. And then I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me sew in and out, but what's going to happen is I'm just leaving it attached right here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to come in, down, and back up, and I'm going to go across this entire seam, and I'm going to just mattress this all the way this way. You can whip stitch it. It kind of also just depends on the colors of your cake and where things end / how they line up. But I come through my layers here. I'm going to continue this seam all the way till right here, and then I'm going to pick up this seam, and I like to keep the collar tacked down in the back so it doesn't flip up on my neck because that kind of creeps me out. About here I'm going to start stitching this way because that's where I pick up my other corner underneath. So when I get about here, I'm going to start coming this way. I'm going to stitch here, 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 and I'm going to go ahead and come all the way back up just to make sure it's really secure so I can wash it at will. Once you do that, you can either be done after you weave in this little guy, if you didn't do them as you were going, or you can add a button, and I like my button off center. Do what you want. If you do have a button, you are going to essentially tack that collar down if you go through both layers. If you want the freedom to be able to flip it up and drape it more like that, then I would suggest not adding a button, or making sure that you only stitch through this top layer so that you can still decide if you want to flip that. So there you have it. I hope that that is helpful. I hope you enjoyed the pattern. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be happy to help you as much as I am able. And if you haven't already, please check out my page on Facebook. Like I said, I am at Follow Made by Megan. And obviously you're on my website here, followmadebymegan.com. thanks. Feel free to share, like, and
Mommy,
enjoy the pattern.
Nice
I almost
warm.
made it. Is that nice and warm? It just came out of the dryer. Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks.